I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up.
I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
What made you want to step into this world of DC heroes? I needed a job.
She said that it was never her intention to come off as ungrateful after those videos started going viral.
Never wanted to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have.
And even gave a speech saying how playing the role of Snow White is such a big dream for her. However, just a few weeks ago, she was saying nearly the complete opposite.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
And even closes off by saying that she's the most grateful person alive, but she just wants to keep it real.
I am the most grateful person alive, but I'm also keeping it.
Many thought that she was just saying sorry because news sources lately have been predicting that the movie will not do well in the box office due to her unlikability.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut, who knows?
Now listen, if Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office, they are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea. Maybe not destroy a classic from my childhood and put an actress in there that not only hates the plot and the storyline of the movie she's in, but also seemingly hates Snow White, the character, herself.
Rachel Zegler has finally broken her silence on the backlash she's been facing over her role as Snow White. In what appears to be a bid to smooth things over, she apologized for her previous comments that left many fans disappointed. Zegler emphasized that she never intended to seem ungrateful for the opportunities she's received, particularly playing a character as iconic as Snow White. She even described the role as a dream come true and claimed to be a lifelong Disney fan. However, this newfound enthusiasm is a sharp contrast to her earlier statements, where she admitted to being scared of the original cartoon and only watching it once before deciding not to revisit it. Despite this inconsistency, Zegler now asserts that she's the most grateful person alive, though she insists on keeping things real. The public's response to her apology was mixed, with many skeptical about her motives. Some speculated that Zegler's change of heart was prompted by the looming threat of the movie's potential box office failure, fueled by her perceived unpopularity. Others believed her PR team might be orchestrating this turnaround to salvage her image. The sudden shift in her stance certainly left many people puzzled. The original Snow White cartoon, released in 1937, is considered a timeless classic, particularly for its romantic storyline. However, Zegler has been vocal about her concerns with the plot, especially regarding the prince, whom she described as a stalker. She made it clear that the new version wouldn't revolve around a love story, leaving the question of whether Snow White finds love as something to be discovered. As Disney continues to push for modernized versions of its classics, some fans are not thrilled with the direction. Critics argue that if Disney wants to create more woke films, they should develop original ideas instead of altering beloved classics. Zegler's involvement has been particularly contentious, with some feeling that she not only disrespects the original plot and character, but also seems to dislike Snow White herself. Recently, Disney's D23 Expo showcased the first look at Gal Gadot as the evil queen in the highly anticipated live-action remake of Snow White, set for release on March 21st, 2025. This film aims to recapture the magic of Disney's earliest animated masterpiece, which laid the foundation for the company's cinematic legacy. Directed by Mark Webb and produced by Greta Gerwig and Aaron Cressida Wilson, the new adaptation promises to explore fresh aspects of the story and its characters. However, this remake isn't just a simple retelling of the classic tale. Rumors suggest significant changes, including the possible absence or reimagining of the Seven Dwarfs, which has sparked debate among fans and critics alike. Additionally, there's been widespread speculation about Zegler's continued involvement in the project. Despite being cast as Snow White, there are rumors that she might step away from the role, causing further concern among fans. Zegler's casting generated a lot of buzz, both positive and negative, due to her unique background as someone of Colombian and Polish descent. This choice challenged traditional depictions of Snow White, adding a new layer of complexity to the remake. As excitement builds for this reimagined version of Snow White, it's clear that the film will offer both a nostalgic homage to Disney's origins and a fresh take on a beloved story. With its star-studded cast, visionary direction, and potential plot twists, this live-action remake is poised to be one of Disney's most talked-about projects in the coming years. Whether it will meet or defy expectations is yet to be seen, but one thing is certain: this Snow White will be anything but ordinary. The drama surrounding Disney's upcoming live-action Snow White remake has taken on a life of its own, with Rachel Zegler at the epicenter of the controversy. The young actress who was cast as Snow White has found herself in the spotlight for reasons far beyond her role in the film. The buzz started when some of her past interviews resurfaced, revealing her candid thoughts about the original 1937 animated classic. Unlike most Disney fans who grew up cherishing the film, Zegler has been quite critical, particularly regarding the portrayal of Snow White and Prince Charming. This has ignited widespread debate among Disney enthusiasts and critics alike. Zegler's comments have led many to speculate that her vision for the character differs greatly from the Snow White fans have come to love. She hinted at a major overhaul of the character's narrative, suggesting that this new version will focus more on empowerment and independence. According to Zegler, this Snow White will be less about finding love and more about ruling her kingdom with strength and determination, marking a significant departure from the original storyline. This modern approach has drawn comparisons to other recent Disney reimaginings, like the 2021 film Cinderella, where traditional roles were given a contemporary twist. However, not everyone is on board with these changes. Many Disney purists feel that Zegler is straying too far from the original essence of the tale. Her remarks have been seen by some as disrespectful to the legacy of the beloved classic, akin to replacing Mickey Mouse's iconic ears with something completely unfamiliar. The dissatisfaction among fans has been palpable, especially after Zegler's interview with Variety, where she stated that she sees Snow White more as a leader than just a fairy tale princess waiting for her prince. The controversy deepened when Zegler discussed the character of Prince Charming during an interview with Extra TV. She referred to the character as a stalker, a comment that didn't sit well with many who cherished the romantic elements of the original story. Zegler hinted that Andrew Burnap, who plays the prince, would reinterpret the role to fit the film's modernized narrative. This bold reinterpretation has only added to the drama, with some fans accusing Zegler of making the story all about her personal views rather than respecting the source material. Social media platforms like TikTok have exploded with discussions and debates, with many users questioning whether these changes are truly about promoting girl power or simply a way to generate controversy. Adding to the speculation, rumors have emerged that Disney might be reconsidering Zegler's involvement in the project altogether. Some reports suggest that the actress could be dropped from the film, though neither Disney nor Zegler has confirmed this. The silence from both parties has only fueled the speculation, leaving fans uncertain about the future of the film and Zegler's role in it. One of the most surprising revelations came when Zegler admitted in an interview that she had only watched the original Snow White once and didn't particularly enjoy it. This admission sparked an online firestorm, with critics questioning why someone with such a lukewarm view of the classic was cast as its titular character. A tweet that quickly went viral captured the frustration of many. Rachel Zegler said she didn't really like Snow White as a kid and only watched it once before getting the role. Seriously, out of all the actresses who love Snow White, she's the one playing her? This sentiment has been echoed by a significant portion of the fan base, casting doubt on Disney's casting decision. Public figures like Tomi Lahren have also weighed in, criticizing Disney's direction with the remake. Lahren argued that Disney's decision to radically alter a beloved classic could backfire, potentially leading to a box office failure. She questioned the logic behind casting Zegler, who has openly criticized the original film, as the new Snow White. Lahren went further, highlighting Zegler's past interviews, where she made dismissive comments about the original story and even suggested a dress surcharge for wearing Snow White's iconic gown. Lahren accused Zegler of biting the hand that feeds her, a sentiment that resonates with those who believe Zegler is not showing proper respect for the role she has been given. Despite the growing controversy, Zegler has largely remained unfazed, continuing to champion her vision for the character and the film. She has not publicly addressed the mounting criticism, choosing instead to focus on the project at hand. Whether her vision will resonate with audiences or alienate longtime fans remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the conversation surrounding Disney's Snow White remake is far from over. As the release date nears, all eyes will be on Disney and Zegler to see how this high-stakes drama unfolds. In a bold move, Zegler recently took to social media, sharing nostalgic throwback photos of herself dressed as various Disney princesses, including Snow White. Her caption, "Every kid should believe they can be a princess no matter what," seemed like a direct attempt to reconnect with the beloved character and quell some of the criticism she's faced. While some of her fans applauded this gesture, others viewed it with skepticism, seeing it as a calculated attempt to repair her public image after her earlier comments about the original Snow White film. Despite its charm, Zegler's post hasn't fully silenced the doubters. The backlash over her remarks about the 1937 classic has left a lasting impression, and some fans are questioning whether her latest social media effort is genuine or merely a PR move to mitigate the damage. The tension surrounding her involvement in the project continues to escalate, especially as rumors about her future with Disney swirl. Adding more fuel to the fire, YouTuber Mike Zero recently stirred up further speculation by reporting on behind-the-scenes concerns. According to Zero, Disney executives, including CEO Bob Iger, are closely monitoring the situation. There's increasing worry within the company about how Zegler's involvement might impact the film's reception. The key moment? The audience's reaction to the upcoming Snow White trailer. If the backlash continues to grow, Disney may have to reconsider Zegler's role in the planned sequel. In fact, there's even talk that Disney might scrap the sequel altogether, opting instead for a complete reimagining of Snow White's story. This backup plan would involve a fresh approach to the character and her narrative, potentially steering clear of the controversial changes introduced in the current remake. The potential for a major shakeup in Disney's plans highlights the high stakes involved. On one side, there's a segment of the audience that supports Zegler's vision, seeing it as a necessary modernization of a dated tale. On the other side, there's a vocal group of fans who believe that the classic story should remain untouched by contemporary reinterpretations. This clash between innovation and tradition has sparked intense debate, with Disney caught in the middle, trying to balance the expectations of a diverse audience. As this situation develops, the question of Rachel Zegler's future looms large. Will she turn this controversy into a stepping stone for greater success, proving her resilience and adaptability in Hollywood? Or will the ongoing Snow White saga overshadow her burgeoning career? The outcome could significantly influence her career trajectory, either establishing her as a versatile actress, unafraid to challenge the status quo, or leading to a setback that could be difficult to recover from. For Disney, the stakes are equally high. The company is at a crucial juncture, deciding whether to proceed with a bold new vision for Snow White or retreat to the safety of the familiar. This decision won't just impact the Snow White remake, but could also set the tone for how Disney approaches future adaptations of its classic tales. As the debate continues, one thing is certain: Snow White's story and Rachel Zegler's involvement in it have become a lightning rod for discussions about the future of Disney's live-action remakes. As we look ahead, the trajectory of both the film and Zegler's career hangs in the balance. Will Disney stick to its current path and deliver a Snow White that challenges expectations, or will they pivot back to a more traditional retelling to appease the purists? And for Zegler, will this experience serve as a defining moment that propels her to greater heights? Or will the controversy become a stumbling block she has to navigate carefully? Only time will tell, but for now, the drama continues with both Disney and Zegler closely watching to see how the next chapter unfolds. The unfolding drama surrounding Disney's Snow White remake doesn't just shine a spotlight on Rachel Zegler. It also raises important questions about the future of Disney's storytelling legacy. For nearly a century, Disney has been synonymous with magical tales that captivate audiences of all ages. From the groundbreaking success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937 to the cultural phenomenon of Frozen, Disney has maintained its position as a powerhouse in the entertainment industry. However, this latest controversy could signal a significant shift in how the studio handles its beloved classics. Disney's strategy of remaking animated classics into live-action films has seen varying degrees of success. Films like The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast were box office hits, despite some criticism over their faithfulness to the originals. However, other attempts such as Mulan faced backlash for straying too far from the source material, leading to disappointing returns and a divided fan base. The current situation with Snow White is reminiscent of these past controversies, but carries even higher stakes due to the iconic nature of the original film. As Disney navigates this delicate balance between honoring tradition and embracing modern sensibilities, the company must tread carefully to avoid alienating its core audience while still appealing to a new generation. Disney's golden touch in storytelling has always relied on its ability to connect with audiences on an emotional level, often through tales that transcend time and culture. Yet in a rapidly changing society, the challenge lies in reinterpreting these timeless stories in a way that resonates with today's viewers without losing the essence that made them beloved in the first place. The debate over Rachel Zegler's portrayal of Snow White and the potential changes to the narrative reflects a broader cultural conversation about the relevance of traditional narratives in modern times. Can a story like Snow White, with its roots in a much different era, be successfully reimagined to reflect contemporary ideals of empowerment and inclusivity? Or does tampering with such a classic risk losing its magic? For Disney, the stakes extend beyond this one film. The outcome of the Snow White remake could influence how the company approaches future reimaginings of its iconic properties. If the film succeeds, it could pave the way for more bold reinterpretations, giving Disney the confidence to continue pushing the boundaries of its storytelling. On the other hand, if it fails to connect with audiences, it could prompt the studio to return to more traditional adaptations, sticking closely to the beloved formulas of the past. But perhaps the most important question is how audiences will respond. As viewers, you have the power to shape the future of these stories. Will Rachel Zegler's Snow White resonate with you as a symbol of modern femininity, or will you find yourself longing for the nostalgia of the original? Should Disney continue to innovate and take risks with its classic tales, or is it time for the studio to step back and preserve the timelessness of its original creations? And of course, the ultimate test will come when the film finally hits theaters. Will you be among those eagerly buying tickets for the premiere, curious to see how this new interpretation unfolds? Or will you be one of the many who choose to pass, perhaps waiting to see how the dust settles before deciding whether this Snow White is worth your time? In the end, Disney's ability to maintain its golden touch in storytelling may depend not just on its creative choices, but on how well it can read and respond to the desires and expectations of its audience. As anticipation builds and debates intensify, one thing is certain: the release of the new Snow White will be a significant event, one that could shape the future of Disney's live-action endeavors for years to come.